On today's episode of Bambi Builds, we are expanding the lake house again, and this time we are headed east so we can build a dedicated farming wing. We don't need any extra space for crops at this stage, but we do need somewhere to keep our farm animals. And I would also like to get started on some automated systems for our sugarcane, bamboo, and cactus. I went on a material gathering expedition this morning to get us started. I travelled up into the mountains where I found heaps of iron, coal, and most importantly, powdered snow. This is handy for the redstone contraptions I want to build, as is ice, and we might even need some blue ice. And I didn't run into too much trouble along the way. I also went down to the lush caves below the base to mine more iron, and because we now have access to the nether, it was super easy for me to track down an entire stack of glowstone, and we're going to need plenty of that beautiful walked wood moving forward. So now we have a ton of resources so we can craft some important redstone materials like pistons and observers. We're going to start by upgrading our cactus farm from manual to automatic. We might as well smelt all of that cactus into green dye. Don't worry, I have extra cactus in the chest that we can replant. And now we can dye things green and add more colour to the base. Today we need glass and terracotta, and we can't forget about those hoppers. We're moving this cactus farm up a level, so let's climb over and start placing blocks. Might be time to find a new home for this composter. So the cactus will grow, it will break, and it will fall down into this hopper. Now we have some room for some storage. There are 5 things I want to store here. I don't know what the 6th item will be, but I do know that the cactus can be fed directly into the barrel. Put our decorations back in place. Oh. Right. Cactus farm produces cactus and flowers, so we don't want them both going into the same barrel. Might have to rethink this whole design. Now this, right beside our walkway, is a great place for a sugarcane farm. grows tall enough, it gets broken and it falls into the mud, as long as we have glass blocks in front. So now all the sugarcane is being fed into the hopper chain, along with the cactus and the cactus flowers, and that will go into a copper chest, and then we'll have a copper golem sorting the items manually. Now we need to tidy up a bit, add a roof, and do the same thing on the other side of this walkway. So we have our bamboo farm and our sugarcane farm, and it's all being funneled into what will soon be a copper chest, which the copper golem will sort out for us into these chests. So the glowberries we'll just farm manually, and for here I have something very similar in mind. In the lush caves we got our beautiful azalea tree, so now we can use that. Well, we'll get rid of this pointless oak wood first. This rooted dirt is so beautiful. In fact, we will get even more. It is so pretty, but we won't be farming the dirt. We'll be using the dirt to farm hanging roots. Okay, it's up a little bit too high for this to be super fast and convenient, but it works. So now we have hanging roots here, and I think that is perfect because I love using that for decoration just about as often as these other things. So now let's organize some hired help. We just need one copper golem, and let's see what he does. Okay. Good. Okay. Why do you want to go up here? There are no chests up here. What? There's no chest. Right, sorry. This. Oh. That is for me to access the farms, not for you. Yeah, don't worry about the cactus, that's fine. Okay, we have sugarcane. We're taking it. Okay. Go through. He really likes going up there. So I want to give him this little decoy item just to make sure that there's always at least something in that chest, just to keep him in the area. And I'm hoping he will go to this chest last if we put it up above the others. So let's test that out. Close all this up. Okay, he has the copper hoe. Let's see what he does with it. Hopefully he will check all 6 chests before putting it in the empty chest. Good. Ooh, okay. So he skipped the last chest, which means he can't manually sort hanging roots. But I guess we manually farm those, so that's not a big deal. He has picked up the copper hoe again, and there is stuff in here. So I'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure that's not an issue, because we do want him to actually sort the other items as well. Up here, seeing as he liked it so much, I wonder if I should open it up, because I was going to use this as a space to access the sugarcane farm, but I don't think we're going to need to access it. It's a pretty low maintenance farm, so let's see how this looks if we open it up. Ooh, I kind of like that. We could put stuff here. Yeah, we could do something with this corner. I like it. I am the worst copper golem owner in the world. I've lost my golem. Oh, yep. Alright, I know what you're doing. This is what all the golems in here want to do. They love the nether chest. You're taking all of my important nether items and trying to put them in storage. I don't think so. And give me back that helmet. Thank you. Come on. We're going to take you back to where you belong. And you're going to stay there. Otherwise I'm going to have to tie you to a fence post or something. You have plenty of work to do here. What are you doing walking around? Back to work, please. Very good. Alright, we're going to have to fix that. These golems are not as smart as we are, and they can't pathfind over signs and carpet, so that's what we're going to install in all the walkways. Okay, that's all the carpet I have, so hopefully that will do. What a moody room we have here. Maybe a little too dark. This is nice. Nice and rainy. Okay, this hallway needs some attention. It's very long and boring. So we're going to spruce it up a little bit. Add some arches. Nice. And now that we have some azalea leaves, we can add those, and that makes such a difference. Wow, much better. And now as soon as this rain stops, we can extend into our next room. Instead of using the green terracotta, I want to do some brown dye just for a different feel in this storage room. And we're still going to stick to the terracotta. And now as soon as this rain is done, we'll get building. I think that's plenty of building done for today, and now let's go have a look at what we've created. So the first thing we did is updated this first room. We moved our composter over here, and it actually conveniently funnels right into where I was keeping all the bone meal anyway, so that was handy. Then we summoned this guy who has just added so much life into this room. And now we have a cute little spot for some of our favourite natural decorations. So these are being farmed automatically and they're doing pretty well. But no cactus flowers yet. This guy is checking 5 of the chests before he gives up and puts the hoe back into the system, which is keeping him busy, but not distracting from his main job, hopefully. Yep, cool. So that's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, then we moved our cactus farm. Well, it wasn't really much of a farm before. I was just chopping down cactus, trying not to get spiked, but what an upgrade. This is, yeah, perfect. I love cactus farms, so easy, and I love the warped wood too. Really goes nicely with all this copper. Over here we have opened up the hallway a little bit, and this, oh, I love this. Probably totally unnecessary, but I decided to add a better spot here for farming our hanging roots. If we offhand the bone meal, yep, that's how it works. Not too bad. But then we do have to manually place that in the chest. But that's fine. The glowberries, we stand right here and get those. Easy. And we'll just throw it in the chest because we're here. So this main room has received a huge upgrade. Our copper golem shouldn't escape. And now we have this beautiful hallway, 2 new farms that are just working away for us. And this is the start of our new section of the base. We have storage here. Everything that we create in this wing is going to be funneled into this storage room so we can easily access it. So over here, I want to have honey, all the different types of honey. And then of course we've got the melons and pumpkins. I put a few in here just as item filters. And over here will be all the other animal products. So we're missing a few things obviously, like raw chicken, raw pork chop. We will need to find some chickens and pigs, and we're going to move them in new sections of the base over this way. And now all the items are going to be funneled down into this hopper chain, and we have 2 of them, so 1 from each side of this section of the base. We have automatic droppers that are sending these items into water streams, so let's test them out now. Throw them all in, and I'm so excited to see how cool this looks. Look at them all floating up. I love it. So we will swing by occasionally and get to watch this. I think it's cool. Oh yeah, and then it's all falling down into another hopper chain. Actually, we should go up to the top so I can show you that happening. Yeah, totally pointless, just for fun. But you can see it's all floating down. And then oh, probably shouldn't stand here and gather all the items. But it floats down into the powdered snow, and then it drops straight down and goes into another hopper chain, and then it gets manually sorted by the copper golems. Let's throw some more in there so we can watch it properly. There it is. Yeah, doesn't really serve much of a purpose doing it that way, but it's fun to watch. We've got a hopper chain down here, and all of that stuff is in the copper chest. And it goes to 1 golem first, and then if he finds something that doesn't belong, he'll pass it to the next golem. They are totally separated. You can see our full stack of meat has been organised. Our melons are in there, and our pumpkins made it as well. And then this chest is for the stuff that gets rejected. So I love this room. I think it's turned out so well, and I'm very excited to extend out this way, probably starting with our honeybees next time, because we have copper all through this base and we need to wax it, especially the golems, before they all freeze up, because that has already happened a couple times. So the last thing we've got to do is update our map, see how our lake house is looking. Nice, I think it actually extends beyond the center map now. Alright, so next time we're going to start working on making this look a lot different. We're going to have stuff all around this area. And I'm so excited for all the progress. I'm going to start moving some animals in. So make sure you meet me back here next time if you want to see how it all turns out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you again soon.